road trip on the way to Esperance with Joey Chalmers. Just got to try and back it up, mate.
Yeah, no, it's going
Year on year.
to be bloody exciting. I love these little country tracks, so it's going to be good fun, I reckon.
It's a bit of a drive. I think it's 7.5 hours without stopping. So it's 4 o'clock in the morning or 4:30 at the moment. Just picked Joe up and he's already started the weekend a bit early, haven't you, mate?
Yeah, no, it's it. I had a couple of beers last night. Why not? Have a discover. It's beautiful up here.
Bit north of the river, mate.
Yeah,
That's why.
South Geraldton, it's good.
All right, we'll crack on. Get on the road. Well, we're a couple of hours in now, Joey. We're well and truly on the way. The sun's up now, thank God.
That's it, eh? Plenty of farmland out here.
Had a couple of sheep running across the road. Bit of fun. Very dry out here, though. A lot of wheat going on.
That's what it's out here at the moment.
So what's to go this weekend, mate? What's the plan?
Absolutely full sender. I mean, I just love these little boring tracks. We're just chatting about it, also the spectator point of view, and you always get a good crowd down there. Quite excited to see that, the intermissions we have as well.
Yeah, that's the best thing about the country meetings. Like, you know, you get places like Esperance and Albany and Cal, and you get all the crowd come in and intermission and interaction, and it's just a big event.
Yeah, I'm bloody excited.
But
Excited to get down for a swim too soon.
yeah, we've got to visit all the famous Esperance beaches.
That's it.
Sent him out a few photos because he's not down this weekend.
That's it, rub it in.
So different format this weekend. There's a few dashes and stuff in there.
Yeah, I like it. I don't think we've really done something like this before. I'm always excited for qualifying. I love qualifying. Wish we got to sort of do that more often. But they'll sort of see us for the heats, and they got like a 3-dash sort of format, I think.
Yeah, so it's sort of front, mid, and sort of 3 different dashes just to see the features.
Yeah, so I guess we qualify well, run your first heat really well, and hopefully be in the first dash.
Yeah, good.
I think it's 22 cars. It's going to be quite good, and we're going to try and take it up to the local drivers too, you know. So.
Yeah. Well, they've been doing a lot of running down there, so it's good to see such a good crowd of new drivers coming through in all the country regions. So it's good to be able to support.
Yeah, they always make
all the country
badge to us. And that,
yeah, well, they're doing 8 hours if they're coming up to see us. So
didn't realise how far this drive was.
yeah, we can do it once a year, can't we? Not a big ask. But, we're just talking about Albany in January and over Easter as well. It's going to be a bit of fun. We'll go and visit our mates at Wilson's.
That's it.
For a couple of beers and go to the brew pub there.
Be rude not to.
Yeah. All the country stuff's where it's at, I reckon. Get back to the roots.
The roots of the sport. Yep.
Yeah. Alright, we'll check out and check back in shortly.
Absolutely.
Making good time. I think we'll get there just before lunchtime on the Friday because we're going to go and have a couple of beers with the locals. But we're just having a bit of a chat with Joey about his other racing exploits outside Lane. So you've been doing a bit of go-kart racing, mate. You seem to win everything or come close to winning everything you're going into, but it's getting a bit harder.
It is getting a lot harder. I mean, I think for the last 5 weeks, I think I haven't had a weekend off yet with racing. We've been either go-karts or late models, but we had the Australian title a few weeks ago, and it's definitely a lot tougher. The competition, I think, in the last 3 to 5 years, it's really stepped up now, and the younger kids now, I can call them, are coming in and absolutely waxing us.
Which is like what you're doing all the late models, the young bloke coming in.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah.
So, yes,
welcome to the party.
Absolutely, yes. It's definitely an eye-opener. It makes me feel like I've got to be better, you know, got to be a bit more disciplined, a bit more training, the fitness, and I think laps is key. I just don't do enough laps anymore in go-karting. We've travelled to America every year. I lose 3 months of racing there pretty much, and that's definitely hard in the go-kart aspect of it, because you feel the fitness more in that than the late model. Especially on multiple classes. But I mean, my little brother seems to found some speed at the moment. He gave me a bit of a whooping the other weekend at the Australian title.
So you won it, didn't you?
He did, but yeah.
How good's that?
That's bloody great, yeah. And that's a tough class too. There's 40 drivers that can win in that division. It's definitely a class to win. One day I might be that good.
What do you reckon? Obviously, keeping your hand on the wheel in whatever division it is, it sort of helps you to keep sharp in late models. You reckon the whole go-karting thing just keeps your eye in a bit?
I definitely think so, because I notice every first meeting I come back in the late model, I feel like your eyes got to adjust again to the speeds, to running on the wall, and that sort of aspect. And then the more laps we do, everything sort of starts slowing down, then it becomes more natural, more easy. Your reflexes are quicker. I think it took me 4 shows in the go-kart. I was halfway through the Australian title the other week, and everything just finally clicked again. And then we won go-karts on the weekend. We won the Wager 1000 as well, so it sort of just got my eye back in now. And I think it's definitely helps. 100% has to help.
I think that's the big thing. Like I noticed with guys like the old fields and people that race throughout the off season, they don't lose that edge. And I mean, I don't race during the off season. I probably should do more than I do, but just with working kids and everything. But I definitely noticed the first meeting back, you're not as sharp as you should be, or you're not as sharp as you were at the end of the year before. So it's a bit of a working.
We have such a big gap there, don't we? In our sort of off seasons.
6 months. It's a long time. So if you're not getting your eye on anything else, it's pretty hard to get back up and going. So we do a couple of practice sessions, but I think we need a bit more than that. So
yeah, it takes a little bit. Like I feel like running on the smaller tracks, the smaller country shows, like the tracks themselves, I feel like that sharpens you up a lot quicker, because at Kwinana, when you get 2 business days before you hit the wall if you make a mistake, sort of thing. So you got plenty of time to adjust if you make a mistake here and there. But then we're going to go to Esperance now, where we've got the concrete walls a lot closer and it's a lot tighter, a lot of cars on a small track. And then you'll go back to Kwinana in a few weeks' time, and it's just everything's way more open there.
It's a lot more forgiving in the Plex, isn't it? I notice anytime we go to the country rounds on even Albany and stuff like that, it is a forgiving track, but it's a lot tighter.
Yeah.
You've got to be a lot more onto it, a lot more aware of what you're doing, and any little thing you do has a pretty big impact because you're a lot closer to everything. So I guess the go-karts will probably help you with that as well, because you're a pretty tight track.
Yeah, and close quarters with everybody as well. You're banging wheels 90% of the time.
Don't have Polo around you.
Yeah, no, not that I'd rub anybody up anyway. It would be rubbish. Only be brothers.
Rubbin's racing.
That's it, yeah. We've got one more go-kart race next weekend. We're going to race with my brothers. We're all jumping in the same class to go and play a bit of demo derby with each other and have a bit of fun and a bit of banter. And
who's your money on?
My money's on me, because I'll spin them both out.
I love that.
But that'll be definitely going to be a bit of fun.
Do you reckon Mongo's got the speed at the moment over you?
Look, honestly, he's on a really good package at the moment with his engine build of Thomas Unwin as well. Like, he's got some really good equipment, and he's fast, and he's a lot lighter than me, so I'm going to use that as an excuse as well. He's a lot lighter.
Yeah.
Honestly,
She tradesman blames it all.
that's it. I got all the good equipment. It's just me.
It's the weight. Too many hot dogs.
Well, that's it. I'll get towards the end of the late model season, and I'll be fit as a fiddle like normal.
Yeah.
And I go back to America again, and there's another blowout.
Yeah.
And I don't fit in my race car seat when I get home.
Well, you just got to race when you're in America.
Fingers crossed, yeah. I mean, it's a bloody eye-opener over there, and see where the journey takes us.
What's the end goal, you reckon, with that sort of stuff? You're obviously going over a bit with Stubber and Kai, and there's a lot to learn, and there's a lot of things you're exposed to, and a lot of things you, I guess, get to see that we don't see for a number of years.
Yeah. Well,
what's the end goal there, mate?
My end goal, I really want to be in America racing. I mean, it's a lot easier said than done, and it's a big dream to have, but I think that's where I want to be. That's where I've sort of set my eyes on at the moment, and that's my end goal, is to be over there racing. But I can't do their winter, so I have to come back home for that.
Yeah.
Which is our summer, our race season over here. But
perfect.
Well, that's the thing. You learn so much more there. We can't implement it all here. There's so much of a gap between our rule books at the moment that we can't use everything we're doing over here.
Yeah, that's a pretty contentious issue at the moment. I know there's a lot of discussions around that.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts around aligning the books again? Because historically we've, I guess, run 1 year behind the UMP series and things like that. It's always been what the rule book is, but there's been a little bit of a lag there.
Well, that's
all the changes they've had.
Yeah, I think we're definitely miles behind at the moment, and I feel like if we bring the UMP rules back just closer, it's going to bring the whole field together. You're not going to have 6 guys absolutely waxing them. It's going to easily bring the field back together. It's just one of them sort of things. I feel like from the scrutineering tech side of things, it's going to make that a lot easier too, because you only really need to go check the winner, because I mean, if you don't win, it's
You're not first, you're last.
that's kind of how we see it. Like that's how I see it, I should say. Like, and it takes 2 seconds to check the droop rule, and it takes a lot of the scrutineers' time out during the night. They don't have to go around and check 20 cars. They can just go and randomly check them here and there, and it's a lot easier. But then I feel like if we could bring the rule book closer, we can try things here in Australia, then we can implement them in America as well. And everything you learn over there, we can bring back to here as well.
I suppose we spoke about that earlier. The challenge is when you're running so many meetings over there under that rule book, and you adapt and you refine your program, and then you can't actually implement any of it. Over here, it's a bit of a challenge, and it probably encourages, I guess, guys like Kai and Stubber just to run in the States, I suppose, because you're spending the money and the time to be there, and it's getting less transferable, I suppose.
Yeah, I feel like hopefully the rule book gets some traction in the next year or so. I mean, and try and bring it a little bit closer. I mean, a lot of people over in America don't like this drill rule kind of aspect of things. It's a good thing in a way, but it's sort of, you lose a lot of traction with it. It definitely brings the whole field back together. You've got to start thinking back outside the box.
Yeah, but it also, I suppose, on that note, if you're going to drop, what you were saying before, 0.3 to 0.6 of a second a lap with some of the rules they got over there, one of the most exciting things about late models here is the speed of them, and just how fast they actually are. So you're going to lose that element of it.
Yeah, I think you might lose a little bit, but then we're going to get back on the ball again, and start thinking actually you have to change setup, like start working on the car, change the bars, change the springs, and then the new tyres that have come out as well. That is the different thing as well. I'm glad we get to run on these NRMs for one more season over here, which is good. And then next season it's going to be definitely bring the field back together as well. I feel.
You were saying even though they're pre-grooved, there's more work involved.
There's a lot of work in these. Yeah, there's a lot of work in these new tyres to get them working. And I feel like they're like running at 25 today, 14.25 or 13.25. They're a lot like silicony sort of feel. They're just hard to get the traction down. Where you run at 1600 over here, it goes like chewing gum when it gets warm. That's all extreme traction right there. But yeah, definitely a lot of work goes in these tyres and the buffing and grooving and siping to go and blow them off in one race.
Yeah, that's a challenge as well. But yeah, there's a lot of moving parts and everything in there.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. That's the thing. I hope the biggest thing is I really love to see this rule book get a bit closer together, and we can. They're definitely going to bring the field into play a bit more as well.
Yeah. I mean, we do have. There's probably 10 guys that could win a race any one night here. It is already highly competitive.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the attraction for late models is you get a lot of sprint car guys that I've had chats with, and they go, you just can't pick who's going to win.
Yeah.
And you've got a handful of people that go on a run from time to time, like yourself and Branton with the Oldfield boys, but on the night you could be anyone in that top 10, and I guess if it's even closer again, it's going to be nothing but a good thing for the spectacle.
Yeah, we've had 3 different winners in 3 rounds so far, so
yeah,
it's just showing that the competition is strong. always taught 99% of your winners done at home. 1%'s done on the track.
Yeah.
We've got a good program ourselves, and I know the deal we do in America with Paul and Kai, that's second to none. That's great. Paul's real good with all his lists, and